Going to abroad at your old age is like going to another man's farm who has already harvested his crops. You just went there to look for crumbs, to look for leftover. You know, in the olden years, you can go to somebody's farm when they finish harvesting to look for maybe yam or maize or potato or whatever leftover. Because there are so many things you don't have time again to do as an old man. Maybe from your 40s. You might not have time to go back to school like that. You will be a little bit confused on what to do. Even you can easily get injured if you go to abroad at old age because of work. You know, there are kind of job we don't do back home. But when you come to overseas, you have to do factory job. You can stand up for 10 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours doing shifts. So you can easily injure yourself if you don't take time. Especially when you come, you don't have paper. So there are some kind of jobs that you'll be doing. If you don't take time before you get your papers, you have already injured yourself. That is abroad. If you come to abroad at old age, sometimes you get confused. You don't know where to invest. Do I invest in overseas or do I invest back home? For instance, you want to take mortgage, maybe a house. You come to abroad at 40, 45, some 50. If you take building or house under mortgage, when are you going to finish the payments? Yes, you can say, if I don't finish it, I will sell it. Sometimes to sell building is not as easy as that. I've seen people that since I stay in overseas, I've seen some buildings they wrote for sale. Up till now, nobody has bought it. So you get confused. Do I invest back home or do I invest here in overseas that I'm staying? Those are the challenges of coming to abroad can present to you. If you are a woman, some of you that refuse to marry in Nigeria, you come to abroad at 35, going to 40. If care is not taken, you enter menopause. Because first, you don't have paper, your value is less. If you don't have paper in overseas, no matter how beautiful you are, your beauty will be divided into 2 or if not 3. You are not attractive because you are an old woman already and you don't have paper. If you don't take time, you will enter menopause. To abroad when you are already old, it's like having carryover. So many things before you start balancing to adjust as somebody that just come, Johnny. Before you balance, it might take you some years before you stabilize. Now you come and start the journey. Old age is coming. Where will you retire? You will be confused. Confusion will set in. Do I plan to retire here? Because old age must come. Even if you have children here, when they grow up, they are going to move to leave you. What will you do? Do you have the money to live in a assisted living home? Very, very expensive. Some can go as much as $10,000, $7,000. The cheapest maybe $5,000, $7,000. Some goes $15,000. Do you have that kind of money to stay in a living home, your assisted living home? Where will you plan your retirement? Those are some of the things that be creeping on your head. And you are still trying to pressure from home alone. Your people are putting you under pressure. This one needs something from you. You are trying to balance your life, to see how you can adjust, to see how you can plan for your retirement. Because old age must come. It's a question of must. Those are the kind of confusion you will be battling.